I'm so grateful that people love this film. We worked very, very, very hard on it, and we, as a Ant-Man and the Wasp family, love each other and root for each other, and there's no bad blood in this world, and it's just nice when something comes together and the world appreciates it. And I think it's timely. I think that there's a lot of people who feel very scared and hopeless in the moment. I think that world politics are very precarious and people are uncertain of the future. And just to go to the movie theaters and sit back and be entertained and have it be light and have it be funny and have it be heartfelt and sweet and family friendly is, it's a bit of a balm right now. I think it's a bit of a tonic. Yeah, for me, the highlight of this film is getting to see the partnership of Ant-Man and the Wasp come together. We saw Ant-Man develop as a superhero in the first Ant-Man film, and that was so fun when he finally, at the end, got a hold of his powers and showed what he was made of. And as soon as I saw that, then the next thing I felt was, now I got to see them fight together. Now I want to see them come together. And so I feel like this film doesn't give me enough of that. Like, I come out of the theater and I'm like, but I want to see them really like kick some butt together, and I feel like that just means there's hopefully another movie in store. Thank you. I would assume she's appealing to me too, by the way. I've read her on the page and that's why I wanted to play her. For me, I think the reason why she's so appealing is because she's utterly and completely human. She's flawed, she can be very bitter, she can be very judgmental, she can be very controlling. She's got a lot of characteristics that are not necessarily admirable. But I think through the movies you find your way into forgiving her of those things because she's so dedicated and passionate and devoted and intelligent and focused. And when she has a goal, she will not let up until she reaches that goal. And those qualities are qualities anybody can have. And they're the qualities that make her particularly super. She's not a big green Hulk. She's not been bitten by a radioactive spider. She's just an ordinary woman who has extraordinary willpower. It's cool. I was just backstage getting touch-ups, and there were posters of all the different Avengers up on a wall. And it just drives home for me the realization that, like, I'm one of those rock stars. Like, that's so cool. I'm not, but they are, and by virtue of being a part of their gang, I sort of feel like I get an honorary pass, and it feels good. It feels cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited to be here. I am so happy at the response it's had so far because we had so much fun making this movie that I want the audience to have just as much, not even more fun watching it. It's absolutely amazing, and the movie's got so much. It's got everything. It's got action, it's got drama, high octane drama, it's got pain and heartbreak. It's also got a lot of heart, and it also speaks about families as well. So it really is such a huge audience it's going to appeal to. It's going to appeal to kids, it's going to appeal to adults, it's going to appeal to your grandparents. It's a real all-rounder movie. Yes, Ghost. I played the character Ghost. She is a very mysterious character. She can phase through things. That's her very powerful ability that she has. She has a very clear goal in the movie, a very, very clear one, and she'll do anything to get it. And she's also the antagonist of the movie and a threat to heroes of the film. But there's a real vulnerable side to the character, so I really am excited to see how the audience are going to respond to Ghost and see if they do feel a bit conflicted, because watch her actions are very, very valid. It's amazing. I'm still pinching myself. It's a very daunting experience to introduce a new character to the Marvel Universe, but I was just welcomed with open arms to the family, and it's just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's very surreal. Yes, because there's a lot of female badass characters in it that I think are very inspiring.
I feel wonderful. At 73 years old, I never anticipated even making many movies again. So I thank Marvel, Disney. It's been a wonderful experience. I've actually really had a lot of fun. And I think my role now is only to remind all of my fellow thespians and actors and our director to smell the roses. Take the time to enjoy a big success. It does not happen that many times in your life. And I vicariously I was in our driving in here and through the crowd with Hannah John-Kamen, one of our actresses, is playing the ghost, is very talented. This was her first big premiere, and I said, take it in, really enjoy it, because so many times when you have a success, the ambition, the career, your agents, your managers, they're moving things along. They say, it's a beautiful day, the sun is gorgeous. Just think, with all the political problems that are going on around the world, you have 2 hours of movies that people around the world love. Everybody speaks 40 different languages. Watch this movie. They love it. It brings people together, so enjoy. Family, I think this probably, Marvel is incredible in all their movies. This movie seems to be more family related than many of the other Marvel films. It really has an integral family story that seems to be touching a lot of people. But Marvel is always good on that. They develop really good characters. They do very good casting. The first time when I saw Iron Man, and I thought what a beautiful job they did in casting that. So hopefully it'll continue. Well, I think it's good. My relationship with Hope, Evangeline, Lilly in the first movie was more strained, and now with her mother, Michelle Pfeiffer, coming back, we're much closer together. We're working together. I think a lot of families understand that, a father and a daughter working together on the same project. So this is the gravy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very happy. Really that people have been responding so well to the film. It seems like it's a nice break, especially after the heaviness of Infinity War. Now people are really enjoying kind of the humor of this. Well, there are some new characters. I think the visuals, we go even further with some of the eye-popping visuals. I think we try to push the humor a little bit and kind of just open the film up. Now these characters have been established, we get to really just go crazy with the story. Yeah, well, family is a huge component of this film. Same with the first one. I mean, we really focus on the relationship between parents and kids, and so while there is a lot of action and humor, there's hopefully something that people will respond to in the way of just familial relationships. Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp go back decades. They were always a great duo, and it's nice we had talked about this even when we were shooting the first one, that if we do another one to really kind of reunite these two characters in the way that they were always presented as Ant-Man and the Wasp. And it's a real honor to be in the first Marvel film that features a female character in the title. Marvel's been making films with strong female superheroes for a while now, but now we get to have Ant-Man and the Wasp as a team, and let's face it, Wasp is probably the actual superhero. Really, it's the family business, much more than Scott. This is very exciting to be here. I have never been to Disneyland Paris. I'm a big Disney fan, and I've been to the one in California and the one in Florida. I've never been to this one, and so to be here is really exciting.
Thank you very much, Walton.
Thank you.
I'm very, very happy. I mean, you work very hard on these movies and they last a long time, so you hope they connect with an audience. And the Marvel fans are the most passionate fans in the world. So to see them embrace this movie has been really gratifying. The audience can expect some strange, weird, new uses of the PIM particle technology. We decided early on, well, they shouldn't just use it on people. Maybe it's vehicles and buildings and things go crazy. And then they can expect to see a brand new hero, which is the Wasp. And I think that's the thing I'm most excited about this movie is Evangeline Lilly playing Hope Van Dyne. She's terrific. Well, I think it's that she's like a strong, decisive, capable hero. It's something she's wanted for a long time, and she's worked very hard. In the first movie, it's no coincidence that she trained Ant-Man, so she knows what she's doing. And I think audiences have been really primed to see her actually put the suit on and get to work. I think they're great because, you know, particularly in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're the only kind of male-female partnership. And I think it's a really relatable thing to sort of, because the whole movie is really based on whether they can work as a partnership or not. And I just think that as people in the movie, they have very real-world issues, you know, and they're sort of family issues. The movie is really about family dynamics. There were lots of them. I mean, when you have this cast and some of the crazy things we're doing in the movie, it was very, I was very excited to get out of bed every morning and go to work. Well, I hope that they have laughed a lot, and I think, you know, there's some really great emotional stuff. I hope people are moved by the movie. And I think it also might answer some questions they may have going into it.
And they have to stay to the end credits?
Yes, you have to stay all the way to the end credits. Well, this is surreal. I mean, we're in France and we're at Disneyland. I'm still trying to make that work in my head. And we're on the red carpet, and I'm most excited for people to see the movie. You know, it's for a director the most gratifying thing to be in a theater with a crowd of people and see them react to the movie.
I feel pretty great, you know, like we've opened in the States and it's been very well received, so it's kind of fun to come here knowing that people like the film and you can react a little bit, just talk about it and know that people are enjoying it, so it's really a nice experience. And from the other films, yeah, you know, it's we sort of approach every film to be the best it can be, you know, and so we're always a little bit nervous that each one is going to do good, whether it's the giant Avengers film or Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is a much more smaller, contained story. So we pour our hearts in these films, and so the anticipation is always there that will be well received. Ant-Man and the Wasp was the first duo we've ever had, a first team-up, and the first male-female team-up. We've had a lot of films where teams come together like the Avengers, but there's something really special and unique about two people when they're together. And the films are about family, you know, and it's about how we choose the people that we're with as much as the people that we're born into, you know, born into families. So I think that's why they work. That's why it's such a special and unique team, for sure. Peyton Reed is the perfect director for the Ant-Man films because he has a wonderful sense of tone, and these movies are very funny and very out there and strange, weird humor, but they're also incredibly sincere. They have a big heart, and the emotion is real. And to have a director do both of those, to do the really funny comedy, but then also have a movie that's not cynical, that is Peyton. He's that guy. He's the tone behind this movie, and it's been awesome making this film with him. I hope the audience has a really good time, and also, you know, like I was saying before, there's a real message of family and a message of the strength of family and the strength and unity, and how nobody's perfect, but sometimes if we come together, we can make each other stronger. And there's a really good heart to the film that I hope, and amongst all the action and the laughs, people walk away with a feeling of that too. That's a good question. You know, I think all credit goes to Evangeline. She's embodied that character amazingly well. And she was someone that was kept on the sidelines for what her father thought was good reasons in the first film. And when we meet her in this film, she's off to the races. She is on a mission, which is, I think I can bring my mom home. And so I think it's resonating with audiences because they understand that. They would understand what it's like to lose someone so close to you. And this movie throws a lot at her in her way, on her way to get there, but nothing is going to stand in the way. She's plowing through all these obstacles if there's a 1% chance of finding mom. Oh my gosh, this is surreal. It's surreal. I live in Hollywood. I feel like I'm back in Hollywood right now. No, it's amazing. The Cadillacs, the weather, being in Paris, all of it. It's very overwhelming and super special.